Welcome everybody to this edition of Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with
Middle son Damon Armstrong.
Dre Mullins.
welcome Damon and Dre. Jaquari, he'll be on a little later, but thank you for tuning in. Or when you look at the clips on YouTube, Facebook, IG. Just know that we're grateful for you to even click on our situation. So do us a favor, go to our YouTube channel, Strong Perspective Podcast, and like, share, and subscribe, build our numbers up. And this is going to be a wonderful summer. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, welcome, Dre, Damon. How y'all doing today, man?
Doing all right, brother.
Doing good,
Okay.
man. Doing good. How about yourself?
Oh, I can't complain, man. I'm loving it. Living a dream. But Damon, how was your day today, brother?
My day was all right, man. You know, I don't have anything to really complain about, man. You know, so that's a good day, especially the times we live in, man. So they trying to stress us out, brother.
We're trying.
Yes, sir.
We're trying.
Yes, sir.
That's a fact.
Hey, this is a Three Stooges clip. See if y'all can catch this reference. In the nick of time. Y'all remember Curly saying that? In the nick of time. What's up, Jaquari? How you doing today?
Good, man.
So, brother,
Jakari, what's good?
What's going on, babe? It's good to see you, bro.
Good to see you,
Good
brother.
to see you. Just hopped off that mule, man, and came in to, catch a bit of the conversation. That's all.
No doubt. We appreciate you. Andre, how was your day today, brother?
I had a good day today, man. On my job, we had a team building day. So we was outside cooking out, chilling. You know, they had crabs for the people to eat the crabs, so all the little stuff. So it was like, oh, they got paid to chill today. So
That's
today
what's
was
up.
a good day.
that's a good day right there, brother.
Always a good day, no matter what.
That's a fact.
Jaquari, how are you today, Dan? How was your day?
Okay, man. I had to get into some new duties on my job or whatever, man, and trying to get a hold of that or whatever. But outside of that, everything was cool. No major complaints.
Cool, man. Cool. I'm the same way, man. Look, I'm leading the retired life. That ain't as good or as bad as everybody think. It is what it is. It's right in the middle. I like it being in the middle. Every once in a while, getting hit with a little bit of ray of sunshine. You know what I'm saying? And a popsicle. So I'm good. No complaining, boy.
Is it dripping down on your hand?
Right.
Dripping down on my hand, sticky.
I got some ice cream. There's some ice cream.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I was talking to somebody the other day, guys. And Dre, you're a friend of the show, so you've been on a couple times. And they wanted to offer me some advice. Even though my facial expression doesn't show that I want advice, I definitely listen. I critically listen. You know what I mean? Not for you to tear me down or anything like that, but my dad taught me and my brothers always listening to everybody, even your enemies, because your enemies is looking for your cracks. You know what I'm saying? So paying attention. So he was like, well, look, brother, I checked y'all out and y'all kind of serious. You know what I mean? And everybody don't want that seriousness, And I wanted to fire back. I'm like, well, no, I tell you what, at least half the time we're on there laughing. So I don't understand. I asked him, well, you don't like our subjects? You know what I'm saying? What is it? Because I think I'm on there with some humorous people because we laugh all the time. He said, well, I don't know, man. I don't know. And he got quiet because all he wanted me to do was to listen to his critique. You feel what I'm saying? More than anything. He wanted to listen to what he felt about us because he volunteered it. And I'm just, there's no, I'm not going anywhere with this, guys. It's just we are being seen. So he kind of got, it was an awkward thing because he got quiet on me. So y'all know me. I'm like, yo, what's the problem? Did I disappoint you? I mean, what's the deal? Nah, man, I didn't want you to feel like I was criticizing you. I said, no, brother. I had to hit him with the brother. I said, no, brother, everything good. I said, I wouldn't, first of all, there's two things about this. And then I'm gonna ask you guys the question. There's two things about this podcasting that I love. The fact that I can be on here with my family and friends and we talk about stuff and laugh about stuff that's important to us. You know what I'm saying? And I understand what's going on when it comes to when you do a podcast, it's a critical critique because we are all empowered now. You feel what I'm saying? We're all empowered. Our opinions are being heard. Whether or not it's only being heard one time or not, we've been granted this power. So my question to you guys is this. Do you think podcasting is the devil?
Absolutely. It is blasphemous at its finest, right? Let me tell you something about this podcast demon that I've been seeing, right? Let me tell you something about this podcast. Nah, to me, it's like no good thing. I think it's like anything else, right? It's how to use it. Podcasts are very informational, educational. They're giving out information, entertaining. There's so many different varieties of it, right? So a couple of things that I look at for people. You always finding the devil in something. You got to check yourself. Like you always find the devil in something. You check. I don't know. You know what I mean? You always find the devil in something, right? Devil's prevalent, but at the end of the day, smell the roses, right? So at the end of the day, just find what your niche is, right? Podcasts got so many niches, right?
Exactly.
Find your niche. I don't like horror movies. Right, so I ain't gonna watch a horror movie, but I like other movies, right? So I think that's how podcasts fall. So they basically saying communication is the devil, right? Any form of communication has been called the devil, though, right? TV, it's the devil. You got the devil all through your house, going through your house. You got them boxes when the devil's just talking to you all night. And then they made a movie Poltergeist. Come to the
light. Yeah. I think people get upset because everybody don't think everybody should have an opinion. Damon, what do you think, brother?
You think that was his motivation, man, when he made that statement?
Say what now?
So you think that was his opinion, really? That everybody got an opinion, everybody got something to say?
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how you invoke that with the devil, but everybody got an opinion, man.
Yeah. I mean, look. First of all, I just. It was a joke more than anything, but it is looked at in a hard sense. You know what I'm saying? Because people gravitate to all the negative stuff. Like Stephen A has become a multi-millionaire just by criticizing people without any what is it? Validation. And he's a celebrity.
It's always a caveat, though. Always a caveat.
And then mess around, though. The funny thing is I saw Skip on the show.
I know, man.
I watched it, man. They said I heard they talking about that. He was gonna come on there.
Yeah, so that's all. That's all it is. It just it's something to talk about. Jaquar.
I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah.
I thought it was brilliant when he brought Skip on. He might be a 1 or 2 day guy if the numbers match. If the numbers are right.
I think they did really good. You know what I mean? Skip he was humble because he just come and look. Stephen A. dragged him out of the wilderness.
Yeah.
Oh, Skip don't have a show on the other
No. No, he don't.
Oh, he's on Gil's arena joint.
Yeah, but you know that's a podcast.
Yeah, that's true.
He ain't on any
That's good
network.
no
No. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Jaquari, what's your interpretation of it?
I mean, podcast has genres, just like music. Just like they alluded to earlier. It's all in your personal taste. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's refreshing to see black men of our stature, of our age, and everything come on and not chase a thing, not chase uh, a hip hop news and all that shit. You know what I mean? Because it's just a lot of stuff I don't know about and I don't care to know about. The things that I'm comfortable talking about with with other people. I talk about on this podcast.
Gotcha.
This is for me. This is an absolutely selfish venture.
Fact.
No
I don't
doubt.
mean, the success that people have garnered, through this medium or whatever, man. I'd love to have it, but it's not my it's not my apex.
Yeah. I think that we all agree, like it's intoxicating. I think.
Yeah, I'm good.
Look, and what I mean by intoxicating
Thank you.
is some days it feels good, like we sitting at the top of the O bar in Pittsburgh, or we're at Nats/Arts, and we all kicking it. You know what I mean? So it's along those lines as far as I feels therapeutic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I
You
mean,
know,
my thing is this: everything don't fit everybody, right? At the end of the day, right? One thing is a compliment that I got something that you could even be critical of, right? Right.
Right.
Like the initiative to do something, I'm doing it long enough that you even have an opportunity to have a compliment, have a comment on it, right? So that's a
yeah,
blessing in itself, right? Everybody a cup of tea, But like I think to that point what Jakari was saying, when you do stuff for yourself, sometimes the benefit might end up being monetized at some point in time, right? But if you're doing it because you love to do it, just keep doing it because you love to do it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
What if you simply say, "Damn, am I wrong, man? People keep disagreeing with me and don't see where I'm coming from." You know what I'm saying? It feels good to know you have something in common with people with, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially about ideas. You know.
Yeah, I get it.
I felt this way about what this administration is doing. I want to see who agrees with me. You know what I'm saying?
Get it.
And
Yeah.
if you get a positive result from that, that's impactful, man.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say,
I
man,
mean,
very few people in my immediate orbit, have seen it, and the ones who admitted to watching it or whatever, and they come with some sort of critique or whatever. I invite them on. I tell them it's an open door policy.
I get you. I get it.
You're welcome to interact during the show. If you want, give me your contact. I get you on. I get you on, and whatever you think could spice it up, we could definitely discuss it.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
there's parameters here. There's I
You know what's crazy about that, Jacory, man? Isn't it? Developed some type of angst, man, towards people who say, "Yeah, I watched y'all, man. It was interesting." No real feedback, none of that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're not gonna be engaged, why address me with it?
I mean,
Right.
those are the
You
but
people
see
who
what I'm saying?
those are the people who I tell them, we're an entity. We're internet personalities, man. I mean, so unless got the balls to hop in the pool there, buddy.
That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, so what you mean to do with that? You know what I'm saying?
okay, so I'm sorry to interrupt. This Damon, what would be something that you want to hear from them?
If you feel that if you are comfortable enough to come up to me and say, man, I checked y'all out a few times. You know what I'm saying? That would invoke me to say, well, what do you think, bro? You know what I'm saying? Do you have any suggestions? Whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Don't just come and say, man, I checked y'all out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That would make me, if there's no interaction, if there's no conversation from a subject that you brought up, if you don't say anything, I'm like, okay, all right, what's your real motivation, bro?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Talk. I mean, what do you think? I mean, do you have an opinion? You know what I'm saying? You never know. It might pop up in the next episode. Who
But
knows?
to your point, he brought it to you. It's not like
Exactly.
you asked him what do you see the joint? Yeah, I saw it. Right, that's still crazy, right? But to come to me and say,
Yeah.
"Yeah, I saw your joint." Okay,
Right.
so what we having for lunch? What just happened just now?
Hey, be like my man on say, hey man, you brought that up. Hey man, what's your angle, man? So you got me thinking about a whole nother thing over here, right?
You know what? Me personally, I've said this before. I've always wanted to belong to the group, but for one reason or another, from a child, I was excluded from it. So, growing up, we spent the majority of our young life in Detroit, and then moved, to Ypsilanti, like in my later, because Damon Ja'Quari grew up there, but Damon is a year after me, so he know both sides. You see what I'm saying? But by me being the oldest, I didn't feel like I belonged, so I always wanted to belong. You see what I'm saying? But then as I grew older, I was like, man, what am I chasing? You know what I'm saying? What am I chasing? And then anger comes up. Now, when the anger flared in me, I saw things clearer. You see what I'm saying? It wasn't angry towards anybody else. It was just angry toward the idea of wanting to belong to something and feeling like you never quite get there. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. You know what I mean? Always feeling like an outsider. Even though I had some very good friends. And, my family's in Nipsey, but very good friends in Nipsey that I got to know and be around. You see what I mean? But then I had my freedom of independence where I don't
There's the
care.
key.
I don't care what you think. Unless you was a female. But then I said, you know what? Your breath stink anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Lord have mercy.
you know what I mean? Like, you cute, but your breath smell tart. Now I wouldn't tell them that, but I would think that.
But that's a life challenge probably for a lot of people, right? It's hard to move around this world not caring what people think, right? That's that's people that it takes some type of heart to do that, right? Or something. I don't know what it takes to do that, right? I don't even know. I don't know. I think we all conformists to the large extent, but at the end of the day, we want to be down. Like sometimes, we conform, but then sometimes we be ourselves. But I was never a joiner, right? So I'm not a joiner type person. Like I ain't trying to be down with nobody. It got to be organic to me. Like we organically start hanging out, right? I don't want to be down with them. I never was like, let's look like a cool crew. I want to hang with them. Nah, I never thought like that.
Yeah.
You just come outside, you play, and you organically or whatever start coming together with it. But me, I wasn't with the dumb stuff, right? So we would do, they'd be like, okay, now you with the gang, the crew, the team, your friends, and they like, okay, we're gonna go do some dumb stuff. I used to be the one to be like, nah, I ain't doing that. They'd be like, are you scared? I'm
What
scared
you
of
willing to risk
Linda.
to be
I'm
down?
scared of Linda. That's what I'm scared of.
What you willing to risk to be down with us? I ain't willing to risk nothing.
I ain't really risk nothing. I'm scared of Linda. I see y'all when y'all get back.
Yeah.
And they'd be like Doughboy and Boys in the Hood looking out the car. Shit.
Let me out.
That's me. Let me out. They used to tell me, son, I came to the car. They said, what you doing, son? I came to the car one time. I came to the car like, let's go. They was like, what you doing, son? I was already at Pitt. They said, what are you doing?
Yeah.
We see
yeah,
you when we get
yeah.
back. They didn't even let me in the car.
Right.
I couldn't even get in the car. Like,
Yeah, but you know, I just think I didn't purposely gain my independence because it was a fight, man. It really
Yeah.
was. But then what helped me was basketball, man.
Mhm.
High school, college, basketball.
Yeah, sports
You
is
know,
big.
because being in front of people, what it does is it gives you that thing where you'll be able to communicate.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And whether it's on a smaller level or not, like if you're in the park and you got people watching you anyway,
Mhm.
watching the way to play, it's still the same thing. I think it's still, it may not be on that scale, but it's still the same thing, you know?
But with with Big Dog, like I just thought about this. You played Division One collegiate basketball on TV, all that. So you used to people being critical one way or another, right? I don't know if you used to. I don't know what you are, but I would think you used to that, like
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you
yeah.
know everybody got something to say. Why
It-
you ain't just dunk it?
yeah. Training ground. And see, but see, what I understood about it was I always had that work ethic, so I didn't worry. You know what I mean? Whether we won or lost, I knew that I gave it everything. You feel what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So, you know, that was really it. You know what I mean? Um, let me ask you a question. And
Like, real
any
quick,
last thing? Yeah, go
yeah,
ahead, Jaqua.
for me, man, my peers in high school, I mean, they were important to a point, man. But when I turned like between 16 and a half and 17, y'all know I was in some rooms. I
Yeah,
was in some grown folks rooms or whatever. So I wasn't really pressed to be hanging out on somebody's porch and planning to go to a house party or whatever. Because I was doing grown folks shit,
Mhm.
hmm
you know. And when I came to the realization that uh in some instances my peers were not as advanced as I was, you know. But in my mind, I'm like, these dudes is treating me like I'm corny.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
What the hell? What's going on with that?
yeah,
As far as traveling, man, and hanging out, man, and hopping off the porch, so to speak, or whatever. I was doing it, and
yeah,
I would invite my friends, my close friends. Hey, man, you need to hop in the ride, man. I'm going to North Carolina. I'm going to Pittsburgh, man. Philadelphia. You need to come check it out. Oh man, no, man, all that. Okay, yeah, all right. Then they get in their 40s or whatever, and they start taking road trips, and all of a sudden it's the greatest thing since freaking sliced bread. I'm like, man, yeah, I've been.
Man doing
It's
it.
cool.
yeah.
That's
It's
crazy,
crazy.
man.
Mhm.
Go ahead, Dre.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say that's crazy, man, because when you think about it in terms of athletics and stuff like that, first of all, you start with, oh man, you ain't all that. You know what I'm saying? You always had, it was a proving ground there. You know what I'm saying? Proving ground and then self-discovery, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
you realize that what you learned about yourself and what you overcame could take you places. You know what I'm saying? And once you realize it could take you places, then you start meeting people. Like we've been knowing Drake for over 40 years.
Mhm. Long
You know what I'm
time, man.
saying? Over 40 years. Those are lifelong relationships and friendships.
Mhm. That's crazy. When you
You
put over
know,
40 years, damn.
and it's like,
Approaching it. It's approaching it
Yeah,
now.
approaching it.
That's
That's about
yeah,
39 years. It's 40.
yeah. That might as well
man,
round it out.
in October I'll be with my wife 42 years.
Yep.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like
Life crazy.
you had there was a certain maturation process you had to go through. People telling you that you ain't that guy, people not supporting you, all those stuff. And if you think about it in its totality, man, you really overcame something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Mhm.
you fought and you got over it. You got through it. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when real life started. You know what I'm saying? Because then at that point, you got something that you gained that you can possibly lose, man, making wrong choices.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so there had to be this focus. There had to be this, you know, this is the road that I'm on. This is where I'm trying to. I don't want to fail at this, man, because it was earned. It was earned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And really, and definitely that, and the key, like not knowing what you're not going to do, right? Having that base, like I ain't going over there. Though. That's some dumb shit. Like I mean, I was, we all I've grown up around a lot of wild decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to be like I just say stuff like, I just say it, man. Hey, y'all, we should just go, climb down the roof and then climb in the building and then take the escalator and then rob Macy's.
Yeah. Yeah.
The next day they'd be like, Mullins, you ready? Ready for what? We about to go down, climb down the roof and go down the. I was like, I ain't doing that dumb shit. I'm like, oh no,
Right.
they'd be like, oh, we about to go do it. I was like, well, I gotta stop saying wild stuff around these people because
Look, you didn't realize. You didn't.
I ain't
Dre, you
going
didn't
to do
realize.
that.
Hey,
I ain't doing that.
hey, you was the de facto kingpin, huh?
Look. He didn't.
Well, I look
He
now, I'm
didn't.
like, damn, dudes was really listening to my noise.
He didn't realize he was a criminal mastermind. Shit.
Man, I was scared of Linda.
Linda is Dre's mother, if y'all don't know, man. So.
Yeah, but God rest her soul, boy. I was scared of Linda, boy. That had a lot to do with and that's why it's important, right? To have somebody that you feel love you, right? Right? Like just love and support coming up in that structure. But at the same time, it can be like sometimes that motherly love is like when a person don't have the opportunity to have that motherly love, and my wife would say all the time, that's a little different. It's hard not to know if you never had that motherly love, right? That's a whole different thing that goes on that you'd be fortunate enough to have had, but there's people that never had that, and life could be different because that's a different type of nurturing.
Yeah.
Hey, Dre, isn't that the type of love we need nowadays with all the things that's happening, man, in this country?
Yeah, we need love. What the Beatles? All we need is you need
Right,
love, man. Not to
right.
sound real crazy, but everybody, people walking around really with a heavy weight on them. Everything's heavy. I went to I don't want to be that person, y'all. And I'm sorry to go off track, big dog, but I went to the damn gas pump today.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I ain't never paid gas that high in my life.
See, I know what
I had
y'all.
to take a double take, 3 takes. Like, what the fuck?
And look, now, you probably putting premium up in your ride too, so that's about $6.
Yeah, man, $6. No, the premium like $6.50.
That's
Right.
crazy. That's
I was
crazy
like,
work.
am I in LA? I started looking around like, where is the beach?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Imagine
man.
what diesel is.
I put
yeah.
I put $100 in my doggone Durango there, and I was like, man, I was thinking about shit I need to send back to FEMA and shit. I was like, man, I can't live like this.
Man, today
And
I
look
had my air on. I thought about turning it off. Back let me turn my air on. Let me turn this gas.
It got to the point y'all making life choices, man.
Life
Man, hey, listen, bro. Real talk. We got
Life
3
choice.
forms of transportation here: truck, Acadia. We got 3 trans. The 4-cylinder. That's what we all travel in.
I bet.
You know what I'm saying? We all that truck is sitting over there, ain't got that many miles on it, and ain't gonna have that many. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just to start that joint on is going. It's got to be at least 8 to 10 gallons in there, man.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm about to give me a little bike and be like,
Look, I don't know if it's like that in DC, in where y'all are, but in Philly, that's all they got is scooters and them electric bikes, man.
Oh, they're here too. They rocking them. Yeah, I'm about to be on that joint.
Hey, look, if I was younger, I'd get me one of them big frame electric bikes. You was gonna say something, Jaquar?
This no, it's well, man.
All right, well, look, let me ask you a question. I mean, because I was curious about this, barbershop talk, and it was a man in there. That's one thing about it. The barbershop is therapy, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't mind going there and spending my little $30 for a haircut, a ball fade and all that. I don't mind doing that because a lot of times it's great conversation more than anything.
Must be nice to get a haircut. It must be nice to get a haircut.
But look, I'm gonna tell you the funny thing is, my man was just talking about how his wife and his children didn't appreciate him. And this is not bashing wives or anything like that. This is a general question. What I thought about is there's a couple things that just come to mind and just spark a little conversation with you guys. The first thing is, with black people don't forget disrespect, but we forget support. Black people don't forget disrespect, but we forget support. When I say that,
that's a good one.
What comes to mind to you? We'll start with you, Jaquar.
Oh, the first thing that comes to mind, man, is in some instances how easy it is for black people to feel disrespect.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not, black people need it. I'm not doing that. I'm just saying that, I've known some rational people who pick some very, very silly shit to get in their feelings.
Gotcha.
That's a great point. That's a
great point. And it's happened to me sometimes too, man. But through what I believe to be my life's journey or whatever, man, and just trying to figure out who I am. I'm still trying to figure that shit out, right?
Yeah.
I can usually catch myself and save myself before I fall off the deep end. But I don't like to step on toes. If I step on your toes, I'm doing it on purpose. If I offend you, then that was my goal.
Gotcha. I got you. Damon, black folks don't forget disrespect, but they forget support. What are your initial thoughts on that?
I think, man, that is a situation, man, it's an individual thing. I mean, it can be common because, you can bring it together as a common thing in terms of disrespect, man, but it depends on the degree. I mean, if it's personal, if it's intentional, then you're not going to, you're going to put that over here and not forget it. That's something that you're looking out for, and it's not really healthy, to be honest with you. I think that as far as feeling disrespectful, I mean, what part are you playing? I mean, are you passing it on to the next person? You know what I'm saying? You got disrespected, so, they're just part of the game now. Everybody got to be on their toes. You know what I'm saying? Disrespect can't miss anybody. I got a grandbaby, man. My whole agenda, the way I think, and I have to really, really watch myself, I'm angry as hell because of the possibilities of disrespect she might experience. And it's like, I got to teach her how to navigate. And that's where the support part comes in. That's where I come in.
I like that.
You're beautiful. Don't let the world tell you you're not. If they're paying attention to you about your beauty, that's because they see you as beauty, but envy and hatred and all that stuff comes into play. So you have to be able to, I have to teach her to be able to, you know what, I don't care what you say, I know I am. I'm strut my shit. I'm gonna be who I am. Because my granddaddy told me that.
Hmm.
So
No doubt.
we have to support each other in that regard, man, because the world is coming after us, starting in our own country. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I answered the question, but it sparked a feeling in me, man. And it is
It was
now,
a,
you know, I,
it was a
I
great
have this
response.
awareness now. I have an awareness,
Very
man, for, every day.
It was a great response. So that answers it. Dre, what do you think?
So when I first think about it, I think Ja'Cory had a good point about it. I think everything's relative, right? The level of disrespect and the level of support, right? So somebody could think they supported you, but the level of how you felt they supported you versus how they feel they supported you is whatever, right? Same with the disrespect part, right? I think it's relative, but I do believe that some people get to a place, depending on how narcissistic you might be, that you might think you did it by yourself. Right.
Mm.
So you might think, so you'll remember, oh, he slighted me when I was younger. She did this back in the day. He did that back in the days. And now you made it to wherever you want to make it to. And you kind of got an attitude towards people. And you forget, really, sometimes people supposed, I went to one dude back in the day. It was like, yo, now everybody tell you, I used to drive you to your basketball game. So somebody said something like, yo, remember Moles used to drive you back to the basketball game back in the day? He was like, no, I don't remember that. Son, you used to come ask me to drive you. I didn't say I'm a driver. You would come ask me to drive you. So but so you forget to, whatever those little things because it's so far, and it may be so many experiences depending on the level of person you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to address although I've explored this world, been around the world, a lot of places in the world. A lot of my experiences in the Black community, right? When it comes to my workplace, my career, people in all throughout my career, whether it's leadership, the kids I work with, everything, right? So when it says Black people will remember disrespect but not remember support, I might know that about Black people, but I don't know if maybe that's just people.
That's real.
You know what I mean? Like,
Does it affect us more though?
everything affects us more because we don't have the comfort and the what's what I'm looking for. We don't have the thing like everything is built against us, right? To make it tough for us, right? And now we have to do it together. So anything we do that's against being together, like, that's adversarial to us being together, is extra detrimental to us because we're not letting us survive otherwise, right? You're not going to survive otherwise. You have a business, they're not going to let you survive. They're not going to support you. So if we don't support you, you're not going to eat, really. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They'll turn you off when they would turn you off, right? So I think, we got to really, anything that happens in this world has a great impact on us because everybody's against us, whether they consciously against us or subconsciously against us. They don't think the best of us, no matter, they might consciously say, no, I don't got no problem with Black people, but they have that implicit bias that think certain things. Like you say something smart and they be like, I can't believe Big Dog, I didn't know he was that smart. Right? They
Yeah.
can't help it. It's better than mine. They're just think that because they've been taught to say that we're not smart. So everything will impact us more. Sorry to go long-winded, but that's
No, rock out, bro.
Mhm.
So basically, we don't have the luxury to enjoy our place because our place is continually snatched away from us. Now, that is
Yeah.
in general terms, it's not finite.
Right? Isn't it? It's the threat of it,
It's more the
right?
macro than
It's
the
always the
micro, right?
thread of it.
It's
I
the
mean, because
macro.
we succeed. To me, we as a community,
Mm-hmm.
individually, we succeed. We have a lot of success in our
Yes.
community.
Micro, yeah.
But as a community, we are lacking that link to be powerful. That's
Yeah.
just my opinion about it. You know what
Yeah,
I
that's
mean?
my opinion. I don't think it's my opinion is like I don't know where it's really if it's not in the house, I don't know where the places are that saying being proud to be who you are, right? Like
Gotcha.
proud to be Black. Like we came out of that era of be proud of who you are, be proud to be
Mm-hmm.
Black, proud to be Black. That people got opportunity and different things like that. People said, "Oh, we got a chance at the American dream like we never had before," or whatever it might be the thought, right? We had opportunity, and I think we've done based on the circumstances,
Yeah.
we ain't nothing to sniff at. Like you said, a lot of people doing well in our community and doing some good things, right? We have a large part of our community, but despite all that craziness, we have a lot of people doing good things and great things, right? We don't die, we multiply, they say, right? But
Yeah.
Right.
when it's bad, it's bad.
Of course.
We
Of
got we
course.
got we got a lot of sweat equity, man. We got a lot of
That's
sweat equity and bruises and you know what I'm saying. It's
Mhm.
we go through a lot on a daily basis in
That's
this generation.
psychological trauma. That's in your
yeah.
DNA. That's in your DNA, right? You was
Yeah.
raised a certain way, like to, you know,
Constantly in survival mode. So when you're in survival mode, you don't enjoy the fruits of your labor.
somebody whispered
You
white people to me today. But you know the white people. I was like, they know they white. Why are you whispering? Like, but
That
that's the
Yeah.
man, that
I
is
think,
crazy.
I
Yeah.
think,
that's the
I
truth.
think, man. I
Yeah.
think as a community, man, we become too accustomed, man, to challenging the positive, man, and not challenging the negative. You know what I mean? Just
I get you. I get you.
letting minding our business, so to speak.
Mhm.
So a lot
Got
of
you.
times, lot of times, man, when you see, well, all the time when you see injustice, man, you need to be in the forefront of stopping that injustice. But I mean, for the sake of community, you know, we'll embrace something like stop snitching. We'll embrace something like gang culture for the sake
Mhm.
of community. Okay, that's no more us than Stephen Fetchit was us.
Mhm.
You know, what I mean,
Yeah.
But they put that in the game. They just throw all that on you, right? So like you like yo, people out there like I just say for instance, say it's a Black Panther party, they out there doing their thing, and they just say, oh, we're gonna empower other people through drugs and guns and stuff to kind of back these dudes up. you know,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and then all our efforts of policing should be going towards the drug dealer, gun shooter, but no, we're gonna use that against these people that's really political, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
political, and then next thing you know, you got what we have, right? We was around back in the days when we had the people was the hip hop came out and then it started getting popular and people started using it and started using the words in a way to educate people and put pride and using
Yeah.
doing the James Brown effect with hip hop, just blast say it loud and all that. Then it was like,
Yeah.
oh, next thing you know, within 5 years, you couldn't hear a song
Nah.
that it was
And
totally
and
180.
the people in charge was not pushing it. Now before they was pushing it because it was making money,
Mm-hmm.
but then they didn't realize how much damage it was doing to their agenda. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because now the money's thinning out because it's like, people like Public Enemy, X
KRS One.
Clan, and KRS One, and all those men was preaching and not rapping, preaching, individuality, community. You know what I'm saying?
Tell us our history
Yeah,
through
yeah,
music, through song. That's
yeah.
dangerous.
That is
That's
Yeah,
exactly
dang.
the point.
that's dangerous.
The history aspect.
So
So
let me ask y'all this question: do we glorify struggle so much that we forget peace is a achievement too?
I think what's funny. Like, yeah, I would say that, right? And I say in this sense, right? We come up, people want to say sometimes how tough the area or rough and tough and impoverished, whatever their area was. Oh, it was crazy out there. It was going down. It was going crazy, 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 crazy. So then if you came and said, damn, I had it good, man, I ain't worried about nothing. We left our doors open and shit. All that. Like, oh, son, like they think that is an indictment on
You a
you that you had
sucker.
it
Oh,
right.
you
It's an
weak.
indictment that you had a good upbringing. So at the end of the day, yeah, at some point in time, I think
Wonderful
we
life.
did.
Shit.
Even my mom used to do it sometimes. Like she'd be like, the kids be start wilding at the job. She'd be like, I'm from Brooklyn. Okay. Oh, you should have said that from the beginning. I would have never acted out, right? But, people really just want to try to build on that using like I came from a tough place, so I've been endured so much, right? So
Yeah,
it's a badge of you should give me my badge of honor because I come from a rough, tough place.
yeah, that's real. Ja'Quari, Damon. 'Cause. 'Damon. Say what?
I said, go ahead, Dan.
I'm just saying, man.
Now hold
I
on,
think
let me read this again. Do we glorify struggle so much that we forget about peace is a achievement that we achieved? I wanted to put that little at the end. You answered
I
it
think
correctly, Dre, but this is for the
I
folks in
think
the peanut gallery.
I think it's all about who you're dealing with, man. If you're dealing with people who's been through the struggle and understand there's peace on the other side of it, like Martin Luther King said, I've been on the mountaintop, right? That lets you know that through all the struggles, all the trials and tribulations, there is another side of it. You don't have to glorify your struggle because it's a common thing. You know what I'm saying? If you're black, you done been through it. You know what I'm saying? You experienced the worst parts of it. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
I think we don't recognize our peace, man, because we're not. It's what you say. We're not. You know what I'm saying? We're not trained to recognize it. You
Do
know.
you think we're too naive to recognize our peace? I'm just
I
speaking in
think.
general.
I think in general, man, that negative aspect of us is glorified so much. You
Gotcha.
know that people say, you know what? I'm the toughest. I'm the strong. Everybody can't whoop everybody's ass. You know what I'm saying? That's a fallacy. That is just ridiculous. All you're gonna do is have knots on your head, bro. If you survive that,
Break your
Gotcha.
hand,
you
punch
know,
somebody in the head.
you got to figure out. Okay, if I have an avenue to escape all the madness, I mean that's how we raise our kids. Look, you don't have to be there. Now they're gonna have a little indiscretions and stuff like that, driving fast, drinking and driving, smoking weed, and all that's they're gonna do that, but that's just a part of growing up. You know what I'm saying? That's not really a lifestyle. That's peer pressure and being influenced by somebody who ain't got nothing to lose.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? If you find out that you have something to offer, something that you truly enjoy doing, I mean that's the thing that I think we struggle with. You know, hey man, you want to be a teacher. What is that? Being a teacher is noble.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a noble thing. Being a police officer is a noble thing, especially if you're policing and teaching your own community. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because you're going to bring something to it that you know is going to matter. And that requires understanding, like you said, Keith, you can't get to a peaceful place.
Mm-hmm.
When all you have to do then is just be an example. You know what I'm saying? While you're going through your own thing. Just be an
Yeah.
example. Just because everybody paying attention. They like, well, he did it, and he came from the same place I came from. You know, and then you be about, hey man, it's okay over here. You know what I'm
It's
saying?
okay over
You
here.
know,
Exactly.
it's all right. You know what I'm saying? You can maintain over here. I would say maintaining is a form of having peace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's control there. You know what I'm saying? It's like paying bills every month. You know what I'm saying?
And that's
I'm gonna
police.
save and I'm gonna pay my bills
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not gonna really struggle. And my place is nice. You know what I'm saying? I can maintain this and be all right. I'm out the hood. I'm away from the drama. It's a form of peace, right?
Now,
But it
peace is individual,
requires
right? It's the individual.
right.
What you call peace, I would think, right?
It requires work. You know what I'm saying? Dedication. What Pop used to say, hey man, you got you a decent job. Just work it. You know what I'm saying? Just
You'll
work it,
find it.
man.
You'll find
Yeah.
it. Jaquari.
Yeah, I think black people lose, man, when we think of peace as a single thing. Peace, peace can exist right alongside of turmoil. Man. It all just depends on perspective. Okay, I'm going through a very, very rough time right now. But, I'm gonna take a minute and smell these flowers. You know, because I worked hard on this garden.
Yeah.
I worked hard on the whole garden. Now,
Mhm.
you have a garden, you often have weeds you got to pull.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So, shit, peace. I mean, shit, peace of mind, man. It comes sometimes in the depth of struggle. Struggle don't
Yeah.
go nowhere. It ain't gonna never go.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'll,
I
I'll,
mean,
I'll take. I've taken less money for peace. Literally, like, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. That's why I try to make sure I live within my lifestyle, like within my
mm,
limits, right? I try. I do not in excess. If I, you know, if I can't get it, I ain't getting it. You know what I mean? Whatever you. And I just gotta aspire to get more if I want more, right? But I just really, really, mm-mm, but my peace of mind is so important to me, especially get older, right, man? You know, like you got pressure. You know what I'm saying? You got all types of stuff going on. You get headaches. You got all types going on because you so busy, you know, answering to something. Then I see this dude, this dude in my job. You know, people died in my job, and it was just, you know, they went out to his funeral, celebrated him and stuff, and posted his position. You know what
yeah.
I mean? And then, you know,
Always.
you put a lot of hours in that spot, a lot of time. And not saying I expect something different, but it's like, damn, you gave all that. And one of our coworkers, I ain't trying to be morbid, was at work, working all these hours, and all these hours, and died at work. Like,
Yeah.
come on, dude. Like, not saying it couldn't happen to the best of us, right? But I'm saying, to your point, you gotta smell those flowers.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I just gotta be trying to be conscientious of that. I just might be looking out the window.
And the main person, man, if you got you a good woman, the main person is like, man, what you been? You see what you just been through?
Mm-hmm. And
You know what I'm saying?
they don't try to disrupt your peace, right?
Yeah.
Right.
They don't
You
try to
got
disrupt
us
your
through
peace.
this. Right.
I had a girl one time, right? I'm chilling. She calls me. She's like, "What you doing?" I said, "I'm chilling." She's like, "Oh, I'm on break from work." I was like, "All right." Then she just started messing with me. Just wow, messing with me. But I'm older. I was older, so I was deflecting all that stuff. Get out of here. Get out of here. I see you. Boom, 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 boom. I'm deflecting all of it. My younger self would have fell victim early. We'd have been in a full-fledged argument, like literally. But I'm old. I'm catching it. Boom, 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 boom. I ain't getting caught up in this bullshit. Then her breaks over. She said, I'm gonna go back to work. I just called to mess with you. I say, see,
Yeah.
that's the bull crap right there, because any of those things you said, I could have responded a certain way, and that could have went to a full-fledged. That's not peace of mind, right? That's not a piece of I don't need that from my woman. Like I
Yeah.
said, you could have called me saying, I can't wait to see you. It's gonna go down in the town. Be ready. Have all the sauces ready.
Put the
you
pressure on.
you call with the nonsense.
Always the nonsense, man. I think it's not fair to put them in this category, but women are raised, to me, are not. We're all raised in a logical sense, but women are raised to embrace their emotions. Guys
Mhm,
ignore their emotions. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
So if a woman's feeling prickly, and especially if y'all together, it's my opinion, and she see that you at peace, she's gonna find a reason for y'all to be in the same hemisphere. You know what I'm saying? Like you got your socks on. Now, how many times I asked you to walk around in your slippers, Keith?
mhm,
What is going on? What? That's our first
mhm,
thing. What?
mhm.
What
Yup,
that got to do
yup.
with anything?
That's when
Steve.
you use cuss words and all that stuff. It's like, I ain't fucking with you. Where you fucking with me?
So you going to just sit there and watch the game, watch TV today?
Yeah. And it
Yeah.
got, I'm gonna tell you, it took me a long time because I used to like to debate
Mm-hmm.
and I used to like to argue. It was just my nature because it,
That's how we
in
roll.
some ways, it sharpened my character. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But then I started to understand that everybody's not gonna take it the same way. They gonna take it personal. I don't take it personal. You know what I mean? So when
Mm-hmm.
I started shutting up, especially with my wife, when I started shutting up, letting her get her shit off, and just sit there with the remote in my hand, not saying a word. She done already spilled what she needed, especially if it's something that we don't really need to take care of. She just wanted to complain. I'm like, all right. Now, when I was younger, because you know I've been with my wife 40 years this year.
Mhm.
When I was younger, and Jaquari got some of that. He was a witness to that when he came down here to go to NC State, North Carolina Central, because he was here in the house. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And he was so glad that he got his dorm room. He like, look, I love y'all, but goodbye.
Gotta
You know what
go.
I'm saying? Yeah. But the point I'm trying to make is sometimes it felt like a woman, this is when I was very young, a woman wanted to control you, but wanted to give you the controls.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like they couldn't like they wanted to make push
Mold
you in
you.
the directions to
Mhm.
make a move, but then
They want
when
you to
it
be in
don't work
charge.
out, yeah, when it don't work out, what happened? You supposed to be a man. You feel what I'm saying? You're supposed,
Yeah.
you know. And I was so young. When I say young, immature, that I did not see that.
Close the blind.
Here's what's crazy, man. Here's what's
Yeah.
crazy. A lot of that is I had a shitty day and you ain't recognize when I walked through the door.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We supposed to be together. We're a couple, and you don't know if I had a bad day. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me start recognizing the shit that pissed me off about you now
Mm-hmm.
because you don't
I,
have no awareness.
I,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
I would try to pick out,
And
just recognize
that's
the pet
really most
peeves.
of what it is.
Mm-hmm. I just like and but I think it's just like when it be on that time, like, I just want to recognize the little stuff. There's certain stuff I'm like, it's a give and take, right? Like so. All right, so I told my kids, my wife can't come home to no dirty house. Like y'all done made a mess here, you can't come home because if anything, that's just going to exacerbate it, right? Like I had a hard day. I came home and shit everywhere. Right?
Yeah.
So it
Right.
exacerbated. But no, don't get this that I gotta realize is young. My son, he don't get it. Try to tell him like, yo, man,
Yeah.
because we got my wife, my oldest daughter, the youngest daughter, and then the girlfriend, my daughter's friend that babysits him. So it's all
Mhm.
women, right? And
Yeah.
just me. So he don't know how to navigate women.
I
So I'm
got you.
trying to teach him like, yo, they more hypersensitive to stuff. So you can't do around them what you can do around me. They gonna be like, "What you doing?" Because little boys do stuff like when I walk past the door, I'm gonna try to jump up and touch to touch the top. What you
Yeah.
doing that for? Why you jumping in the house? Man, I understand that behavior, right? Different stuff that they do, and he just don't get it. And he just keeps getting it. He keep falling in their trap, and I just like, son, didn't I tell you to go down there and don't say nothing? Just go down there, don't say a word. Go in the kitchen, get your juice, walk out.
Yeah.
They say something to you, make it short and simple, and keep it pushing.
Yeah.
This dude go down and start conversations. Next thing you know, it's all hell.
All right.
Tell them to give them 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's what I started doing, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I had
and
to
then
tell, and it was a fight. But go ahead, Jaquari.
you tell them to give them 15 minutes and then go downstairs and do the baby.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
be chill. I be knowing, like, fall back right now. I see this conversation about to go real left. I'm gonna
No, bro.
just fall back right now because
I
it's not
had
even
I
that
had to
serious.
learn
It's not even
that.
that serious. I had to learn
I
it too.
had to I had to
Oh,
learn it.
either that,
But
and just
but
make it obvious. Be like, yeah, we're gonna go.
but the
And just
rare time I drink
take him out.
gin, I don't remember that.
Right.
And I
Hey,
fall for it.
Yeah.
here's what it is. It's timing, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's timing. Now I've been with you all day, walking with you through all them damn stores and shit, and you ain't bringing this shit up. But when it's time for me to sit down and watch the Pistons,
Yeah.
I'm worried about them. I don't know if they're gonna win. We gotta have a conversation.
Yeah.
How we watch it when the movie come on? It's time to have a conversation. We've been chilling the whole day.
Wrong
Man,
time.
I'm like,
the best thing that ever happened was the DVR, man.
I mean,
Because
pause it. It take me 3 hours to watch
Oh,
an hour show.
listen,
look, I'm gonna tell you the funny thing about the DVR. It helps you to express your frustration, first of all.
hey, listen.
Because they'll
I'm
come
so
in. This is what I do, Damon. Shit, my wife, yeah, because she likes talking to me. She likes bickering with
Mhm.
me too, but she likes talking to me. So she'll come in and she see I'm watching something, right? So she'll start talking and she say, are you listening to me? I do just like pick up the remote. What's going on?
All type of animation.
That's it.
hey,
That's
I
it.
hear the footsteps. I hear the footsteps. Hey,
Yeah.
look here. And if I'm feeling prickly, I make the
Yeah.
face. What's
You
wrong
know,
with you? You know what's wrong with me.
so I make time. I make sure I made
You
time
know,
because
excuse me.
Damon Jacquard, our parents made time for us. Look, we used to get on their nerves, but they will answer the question. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I try to do with my boys, like, and my wife. Like,
Mhm.
all right, you got
Yeah,
my undivided attention. What's up? You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
But on the screen here, it says, and I want you guys' opinion about it. It says, is your family better because of your presence? Is your family better because of your presence? I want you to think about that for a second, and then whoever's ready, proceed. Because I sit here and I think about it, and I'm gonna try to explain the context and why I formed the question. Is it's about your opinion of what you are doing for your family, for yourself, and how smoothly are you keeping it between the lines on the road?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I would say yeah, right? Yes, you say yes. I'm a work in progress, though, right? It's always
Of
work in
course.
progress, dealing with certain stuff, and was especially kind of recognizing and trying to raise young kids and stuff really at an older age. I'm not old, but like it's different. Like at 35, running around with them, is different than 57 trying to run around with, right? It's
Mhm.
just a little different. Like, do the best you can, but it's not the same. But yeah, I think they are better, right? It's articulated, right? Everything is better, but I think it's only to get better. So yeah, I think it's better. And, right?
Yeah,
I don't think they gonna go nowhere and get no more love than they've been
gotcha.
support. So yeah, they better off. You might have somewhere that you could get more money and things. That might be for places that, but I don't think that's as valuable to my family as
Gotcha.
the things like us. We like pack rats. We like always in the same room. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm.
not like it's not like I really be like, oh, he down over there in the basement, and they over here. Nah, I got my little spot and stuff, but for the most part, we together and shit.
So it ain't no him downstairs.
Him downstairs right now. Ain't no him downstairs, barely. Like now college football season. Now they already know I'm locked in. So him
Gotcha.
downstairs, him downstairs in college football season. But
Yeah,
for the most part, So I think all those other things that I think we do collectively as a family, I think that my presence we battle because of that. Yeah, like you said.
okay. Jaquari.
Uh, for a while, I believe so. Yeah, for a good long time, But
I can't hear
for,
you.
I said for a while, I believe, they may have benefited from our presence, as much as I benefited from theirs for a good while,
Okay.
But circumstances occur, and things happen and people drift apart. You know, so
Okay.
who's that? I can't really answer that question positively as I'd like.
I got you. I understand. Clearly. Damon, is your family better because of your presence?
Absolutely. Absolutely, man, because I'm a voice of reasoning. You know, I'm that person who say, is that really a problem? I'm saying, because you can step away.
Okay.
And what do you lose by stepping away? You know what I'm saying? If it's something that you're constantly worried about, and you being more of a friend to that person that's bringing you problems, that they're not really your friend. You know what I'm saying? They're dumping all. How do y'all feel, man, when y'all got a friend who dump all their shit on you? You know what I'm saying? All their stuff on you, and 5 minutes later, they're okay. And then you think about that friend because you have care and concern from him. Man, is he going to do something rash?
Mhm.
I'm saying, is he going to mess this situation up or that or whatever? You know what I'm saying? So my point is, I'm able to differentiate between, you know, what needs to be dealt with,
Mhm.
you know, and not force it on them. Say, well, man, do that make sense? Ask questions. That's what they do in therapy. How's that affecting you? You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? You're going to have to address that. You know, and that's who I am. That's why I say I'm the voice of reason. How was that? Now, if that's your job, only thing you can do is be supportive, be there. I'm saying the best way you can. You know, give them good times,
Mhm.
whatever. But if it's something trivial and you just being argumentative with somebody, come on, man, I'm not ain't dealing with that. You
Yeah.
got choices. You know what I'm saying? You can decide.
Okay. Now, these topics, I'm not trying to personalize them. I'm just asking your opinion when you answer this, because if you want to add in like the first one, yes, is your family better because of your presence? That's a personal thing. But these next couple, really and truly, is just what you think. You know what I'm saying? So, when leading your family, do you hold yourself accountable first? Key word is first to me.
I can go. I can go. I say, as a man, you already gonna hold yourself accountable first, right? Like, it's your family to me. Like, even I'm like, hey, even if I don't know, it's stages to that, so I can't speak. I'm just speaking. It's stages to your child's growth, right? To the point where you be like, you made that decision now, right? You know what I mean? It's
Gotcha.
based on what you put in, right? But you put it in and say, yeah. So if my child goes does something, I tell them all day, like, oh, you embarrassing me. So yeah, that's you a reflection of what I set out there. So I gotta take that accountability in order to even provide any type of correction to it. Right. See,
Okay.
my son said to me one time years ago, he said to me, I said to him, I said, yo, why you don't listen? Because you listen to your coach. He was like, he goes, why? He's like, I like my coach. I was like, ooh, okay.
Wow.
I'm like, all right. My coach. That's like, so my younger me would have been like, well, because your dad coach don't pay the rent and all that shit, right? I would have went down the whole block. Your coach don't be there when your ass be keep your dirty ass room. You got boogers in your nose and you sick. Right? I could have went all crazy on him, right? But I had to really
Yeah.
hear what he was saying, right? So I was like, okay. Then I had to think about it, like, okay, well, I do get home like 7 o'clock. When I come in the house, I'm just really barking orders. Like, did you do your homework? You take a bath yet? What you eat? You know what I mean? So it's not that relationship builder time. It's more I'm coming in like giving directions, right? Giving
Mm,
directives. So I was like, okay, I recognize that. So I said, we got to start. I had to start being intentional on other times to build our relationship, right? Because then he'll be different. So that's a case of me saying, based on what he said, it wasn't about I had to hold myself accountable. Like, what part am I playing for that he even say that?
gotcha. Gotcha.
Because he said it because he felt it. And feeling people's feelings are real,
Mm,
right? So I had to really take accountability first in that case. to personalize it. Right? So I think as a man, you probably would think, I'm gonna take accountability first. When the kids get older and you put all that work in, you might be like, son, I did the best I could. We helped you up. You made that decision.
Yeah. So, Jaquar, you go next, but let me just say that between the three of us, we've heard one thing that really and truly was our first lesson in accountability. Our dad used to say to us all the time, he used to say a lot of things, but what he used to say that really stuck to me, especially when I became a father for the first time, he said, son, I don't have a problem with being the bad guy.
Mm.
He said, because somebody got to be the bad guy here, right? And I never understood it. I wanted to understand it, but I never understood what it meant until I became a father. And the father makes those hard decisions that everybody in the house is against. You know what I'm saying? But just like you said, Damon, being the voice of reason, you're looking at things the way they're supposed to be looked at. You know what I'm saying? And even if it's coming from a selfish point of view, still, if you give up a lot, like it's not malicious when I say no. There's a reason why I say no. You get what I'm saying? You know, and then look, I don't have a problem being the bad guy. But go ahead, Jaquar.
I got to get better at that.
Because you know we want to be liked.
That's like me. I'm just laid back, right? So I always come laid back. So sometimes I'll be like, man, you know, and and it comes off like it's not as assertive and
I
sometimes
get
as
you. I get you.
it should be. It doesn't appear to be.
Coming from the jungle, man, you know you did a reverse. I mean,
But it's a science to it, though. See, it's a science to it. Like I want to see how people they think. So I'm hearing them out, right? So a lot of times, like, hey, that's some dumb shit. What the hell you did that dumbass shit for, right? Nah, but I need to hear how you. Why was you thinking about? What was you even thinking? So I'm gonna let you try. I'm
yeah.
gonna let you try to talk yourself into the answer to yourself. Like that sounds like some dumbass shit. Did you just say what you just said? You know you done fucked
Jaquar.
up. You know you fucked up, right?
Yeah. Jaquar.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely necessary to hold yourself accountable first, man, because what that does is it turns preaching into teaching them. You know, when you live in a certain lifestyle,
I like that.
doing things a certain way or whatever, or you tell your children that they should do things a certain way, but you neglect to do it that way. You know what message it sends.
Mm.
You know, so you stand on what you say. You know, if at all possible, word by word. You know, I mean, nobody wants to be a hypocrite.
Yeah.
You know, so at the end of the day, you know, like Dre just said, you know, I did the best I can. You know, you gotta really think to yourself, did I? I'm gonna scold Cuss Jr. out of threat to kill him because he came home drunk or whatever. You see me drinking every Saturday afternoon. And you know, having fun, letting my hair down. You know, he's probably just trying to do the same thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I got you.
I think about that all the time.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I preach moderation. You know, I can't. You're a young man. I know you're not gonna, you know, just heed my word and go out into the world and stay sober, not drink a 40 here, smoke a little reefer there. I know you're not gonna do that, but moderation.
That's real. Moderation. Damon.
I think, man, you know, because I heard what you said in the beginning about what our pop said. I will be the villain or whatever, but I raised two girls, man, and had a wife. I had to make adjustments. I had to make adjustments, man, because they not gonna take it. You know what I'm saying? The same way. You know, raising my son and my two daughters was two different. Matter of fact, it was three different things, three different personalities, man. So I had to be accountable for awareness, man. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't be self-serving and be like, this is how I feel, this is what I think. I don't know. I don't care what you feel or what you think. I couldn't be that person, man. I'm saying you have to. A child has to be able to express themselves.
Yeah, or they're gonna
You know what I'm
express
saying?
themselves to somebody.
Exactly. They can get lost quick, man.
Yeah.
They can get lost quick. So you have to be that voice of reasoning and say, you know what I'm saying? Like our dad did say that to us. I'll be the vendor, but he also said, you know what? You're in a lot of trouble, but I need you to explain yourself. He was key to that. You know what I'm saying? Whenever we got in trouble or we did something we weren't supposed to do, he would sit us down and say, explain yourself, man. Why did you make that decision?
Exactly.
Yeah.
He was that guy. So, gave you that. He enforced in us that, you know what, your kid's going to break some rules, but it's incumbent upon you to sit them down and say, okay, you made that wrong decision. What made you make that choice? You know what I'm saying? And like life is, there's consequences to all the choices that we make.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's what our dad did for me. That's what he showed me. It wasn't just, I told you not to do this, and now whatever. Hey man, talk to me, tell me. He had the belt in his hand,
Mm-hmm.
so there's a little intimidation factor to that,
Yeah.
But it's about problem solving. It's about working through and recognizing.
Mhm.
Know who you dealing with. Like, let me see how simple this dude might be. Like, ask a kid. I'm like, let me see what was you thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's important.
And that, Dre, that was the worst part, man. When he laid out, man, you did A, B, and C. What was you thinking?
Yeah.
And then you are forced to go through what you did.
Mhm.
And in going through what you did, he making his point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He making his point.
It's coming
And
out.
then you can't do it. What you gonna say?
Working with young men, man, I do the same exact, thing. I ask you, man, what was you thinking, man? First of all, and how did you think that was gonna like affect you in a positive way?
Mhm.
And some guys can put it together sometimes, but
Yeah.
sometimes you see that little brothers don't get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not that I'm trying to be, overly sympathetic, to whatever you got going on or anything like that. But as an example, man, I think I'm a pretty I'm not gonna say smart. I'm gonna say astute person. I need to have shit explained to me 3-4 times. Once I hear it, 3-4 times or
Right.
whatever, I got it. But there's some people who aren't like that.
Hey, bro, I was hard headed.
Mhm.
Why are you right? You know what I'm saying?
They-
You ain't me.
Yeah.
And sometimes people just gotta realize that I got my thought. That's when you realize I forgot my thought. From time to time.
Yeah, once in a while.
It happens a lot more than it should. It happens. I'm like, if I don't get it out, man, it's going to go.
Yeah.
You might as well.
Got a lot of stuff on your mind, bro.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, but
Being in charge. Social media, man.
If I see,
No, go ahead, Damon.
I'm gonna say,
We're
like
going.
if I'm dealing with my son and I see he's visibly angry about something, in my mind I might be like, for real, dude, I'm 60 years old. He's 24. You know what I'm saying? He gonna be angry about shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to take a step back and like, man, okay, man, tell me what's on your mind. What's going on? 80% of the time, I don't have to say anything.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dad, I'm good, man. All right, bro.
I get it. Because, eventually they're going to circle back, right?
Yep.
That's what I learned.
Every time.
They're going to circle
Yeah.
back. But you plant that seed, you ask first. And then, if they feel like telling you, they will. But if they don't, they're going to circle back. You know what I mean? They always do.
You'd be
Hey,
surprised.
you know what the key is, man. With me, when my son comes with me with the problem, and I listen. I might say about 5 words, and I listen. And when he walk in the room, he say, "Thanks for talking to me, Dad." I mean,
Hey,
like clockwork.
you'd
Thanks
be,
for
you'd be you'd be surprised, man, how well a couple of you mean to tell me well placed
Mm-hmm.
how good that shit works. You mean to tell me,
Yup.
man,
Yeah.
you thought
Yeah.
okay.
Know what I'm notorious for?
What dig
Hey,
dig
hey, Spoke. Hey, Spoke. Nah, I would have done that, bro. But I ain't you.
yeah. So you just dumped this whole situation in her, bro. You didn't see no future in this venture for you after you just did what you did.
Yeah.
Because you cut your legs off, man.
Yeah.
You wanna know how you cut your legs off?
Hands up, yes, exactly. Well,
There you
they'll
go.
figure it out because it sounds crazy when they telling you the story. They be catching themselves
Yeah.
like, oh, that was crazy right
Yeah.
there.
Right.
That was bugged out. I know in their
Yeah.
mind, like,
That's
that was
key right
crazy.
there.
You
Yeah.
catch it in their cadence because they'll slow down, they'll stop. Like, oh, so they catching themselves right there. That's why I think it's important for them to be able to talk. That's what we ask them. Articulate to me what you did. Because sometimes you gotta. I'm not going to say it to you. You tell me. I'm gonna hear
Yeah.
this. Let me hear it out.
It's
And my
real.
thing, I'm notorious for with any of my kids or anything. Is like when I ask, so can I ask you a question? They be like, oh. Then I let them do their spill, and then I just be like, can I ask you a question? Then they be like, oh. You already know he about to come with the bomb.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Hey, Dre, what you doing if they say, if you ask that question, they say, "There you start now. There you go."
they might do it, and then but then like I'm gonna ask the question. Let me ask that question, and then they going.
hmm
Usually they gonna pause when they answer, and they gonna smile or they gonna be mad or something because it's gonna really be that mirror effect.
I ain't you.
Yeah.
But but I don't be judgmental, right? That's one thing. I don't be judgmental, so I don't really try to say like nothing like I would like if I say I would have did it a certain way. It's not to say I better thought that way. And I don't usually do that with my kids as much. I used to do that with my peers. Well, if you ask a question, well, I would do.
But
I might do this
ain't
based on the
you
information you gave me.
ain't you a trained counselor?
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, you know how to draw it out.
Mhm. And I mean, I
Sometimes
wasn't trained.
I'll be like, oh, we talking about this again.
But that's why I don't really. Sometimes you just gotta give them you just like the counselors do. They just give you
Yeah,
just give you the opportunity, right? Like you said, they'll double back.
yeah.
So sometimes you gotta give them an opportunity. Like today, like you just do like little mind games. There was a kid at my job, right? He's like really run the building, real tough and all that stuff, right? So I come on a unit. He's like, I was like, the staff member's like, yo, go to your room. He said, I got to take a shower. I ain't going to my room until I take a shower. And they're like, go to your room. We'll let you out take a shower. He said, I ain't going to my room. So I come in and I'm like, what's going on? He's like, I ain't going to my room until I take a shower. I was like, you're not going to your room? He's like, nah, I'm not going to my room. I said, so you said you're not going to your room? He said, nah. I said, all right. I said, I'll be back. And I just left. And I didn't even think about him, but I just knew just him, the unknown was going to throw him off. So I left, walked around the other units, made sure everybody's in bed. I came back and I was like, yo, what's else? Where 40 at? He in his room. When he go to his room? As soon as you left. Usually he be here for it. Like he usually be here for the rumble. But he probably was like, he was too calm. He left. Like, so sometimes you get the different type tactics depending
It's
on the
true.
individuals that you kind of use to kind of like I think you hit on it, Fluke. 3 kids, 3 different ways that they might get it.
Yeah.
Right. They might get
It took me a long time. You know what? My wife helped me with that.
it.
You know what I'm saying? Body language, all that.
All that
You know what I'm saying?
counts.
You cannot talk to them girls like that, Dana.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it like that. You big, you know what I'm saying?
Baritone voice.
You know what I'm saying? You imposing. They ain't hear nothing you said. All they saw you do was stand up and raise your voice.
I think the
That was it.
moral, what I found out one day, and I'm gonna put this together, right? It relates to what the story I said about my son earlier. My boy, he had dog. He could train his dog so well. Like his dog could stay in the middle of Times Square, his pit bull, and everything going around. His dog will not move. Right? Literally, that's how trained he had his dog. So I was like, damn, man, how you train your dog so well? Like, I'm thinking it's some old boot camp, some hard stuff. He's like, well, first, the main thing is the relationship. If you
Hmm.
got a good relationship with the dog, they won't want to disappoint you, right? The relationship, and I think that happens in all that aspects of people we care for and want good for, right? Some things that happen, they're not saying they won't disappoint you, but they might think different, disappoint you because of the relationship. Sometimes, right? Fear do that shit too. Don't get it twisted.
Yeah.
Fear,
Yeah.
fear will make you say, "I ain't you gonna do no wild stuff." But a lot of times the relationship is like,
That's the
"Nah,
key.
I got love at home. I
I,
don't need to do that. I don't want to disappoint mom. I don't want to disappoint dad. I don't want to disappoint my sister, my brother, whoever.
yeah.
The family,
Yeah.
the name.
I, that's the key. My main thing was, man, I'm not breaking you.
Mhm.
You
But see,
saying what?
that's the thing, though.
Whatever.
It depends on how they receive it too, because you and I, we always talked about the debated this, Damon. Because I assert my will, I'm not trying to break my sons, but my sons are being taught how to navigate things instead of them giving them to you, but showing respect. You know what I'm saying? So when I raise my voice, when I do these things, and granted, I don't have girls, so I know all three of y'all can teach me some things. You know what I'm saying? But the thing about it is with a child, when they understand who you are and you are able to articulate it. So if you hear me raise my voice, you've done something that I give you every chance to correct, but you made the decision not to do it, not to correct it. You see what I'm saying? Because you have to me, to be a disciplinarian, an effective disciplinarian, you got to have patience. You got to, talk it out. We were talking about it. Talk it out. Like, what in the world? What's going on? Like trying to reason with them. Like, what are you doing? You know, because when you reflect it back to them, and all three of y'all been displaying it. When you reflect it back to them, it goes through their mind like, okay, I still want to try to talk my way out of this shit, but damn, I see where I actually fucked up and where I'm wrong. You know what I mean?
And you might get it one day, right? So sometimes I think Jabari alluded to it, right? You ain't gonna catch it at that moment, right? This stuff my
Yeah.
mom told me, and I got old, and I was like, "Oh, that's." She told me that when I was 16. Damn, I didn't get that
Yeah.
shit till I was 30. I get it now. Well, just
It's-
sayings, right? Just different sayings, like just a saying, like pot called kettle black, right? The sayings that I heard all my life coming up, they were just sayings, and I kind of on the surface kind of understood what it meant in relation to any type of circumstance. But as I got older, I recognized the depth of some of those sayings, like really, really, really what that saying is really saying versus it is just applying, right? It just applies to the situation versus now I know how why it applies. It took me
yeah,
time.
and another thing is when they know if you have a sense of humor and you show them your sense of humor, now you're showing different phases of who you are. Not trying to make them laugh, but they know that you are capable of laughing. You
Mhm.
see what I'm saying? Like it ain't no trick. You actually, with our children, we actually exposing who we are. Like my earlier questions, like, as far as getting, are we working to what was it? Are we working? I forget it, man. But basically what I was saying is, are we just working to maintain or are we working toward the peace? You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Just knowing the difference. Well, when you're raising your children, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. You like what you just said, Drake. Your mother planted those seeds, and then you or somebody else around you sowed those seeds and they started to grow.
Mm-hmm.
I think this, man. This is honest. This has always been my mantra. If I don't allow you space to be honest with me, we ain't gonna never be there.
Right.
I'm saying I'm going to be on that side of what you're fighting against. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the one that you trust.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that requires you to be honest and say, man, tell me exactly how you're feeling, man, because I don't know. I was watching the game.
Right.
You came in here talking to me about what you're going through. If you don't tell me exactly what you're feeling, I don't know how to help you.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about me. I'm not going to tell you a story about, if you tell me, even when you tell me, I'm going through this, whatever, I'm not going to follow up with, hey, man, I've been through that too. This is how you deal with it. No, I'm going to be like, okay, this is what you're going to do, man. Whatever you decide, I'm going to support you.
I'm
That's hard.
Whatever you decide, I'm going to support you.
That's hard.
With the understanding that you might not make the right decision the first time.
Mm-hmm.
My main concern is not for you to feel like I haven't abandoned you. I'm saying that's my main concern. And if you trust me in that aspect, then I can figure out how to navigate and guide you in the right direction based on you making your own decisions.
Our oldest daughter
You see
comes
what I'm
with
saying?
everything. She comes say she don't hold that. If she holds something back, I don't know what she could be holding back because she done told us everything forever. I'm like, are you supposed to be telling me this?
Man,
Right?
Dre,
That's
and I
how the
hope my
relationship.
daughters don't hold this against me, man, but I know everything.
Yeah, me too, man. I was like, am I supposed to know
I
this?
know everything, bro. I was
I'm
like,
laughing. I'm laughing because I would
I
not
see
be
some
able to handle
YNs.
that.
Hey Dre, I see some YNs walking down the street,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, look at them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, she's gonna check this out, y'all.
You know what I'm saying?
You need to
Look,
talk to your mother alone? No,
my
you
my
stay.
ner- my nerves would be shot. You hear me? For real. Y'all got that.
Dude,
Y'all got that.
it is, bro. And in the process of being understanding, you learn something about yourself, man.
But you want them to
I
You
come to
learn
you,
something
though.
about
You
yourself.
want them to come to you. So no
I,
matter
I
how
got I
crazy
got
it
one.
is,
In all aspects,
or
man.
everything, no matter what,
If you in financial difficulties,
anything.
you know what I'm saying? If you if if your sink in your bathroom won't stop dripping, I want to know all that.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm gonna tell you a funny thing about it, man. I got one last question for you guys, but I wanted to share this with you. The oversharing, um, the statute of limitations has run out, but we were down in Florida, in Tampa, Florida, for AAU finals, the nationals, right? And my son was playing with the Philly team, so we were all down there, and they were staying at the popular resort on Disney. It's like a sports themed resort, right?
Mm.
So Keith was staying with his team, all these different things. Now, Kia and Keith had this relationship where she developed, I'm your friend, come to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought that was cool, but I said, be careful because even though it's a good thing, are you going to be prepared to hear everything? Right? So she's like, you don't know what you're talking about. My son loved me and I love him. I said, yeah, that's cool, but understand. You know what I'm saying? You a parent first. You're not a friend. You're a parent first. So he needs to understand that. So we were we had just got back from the gym, right? And we went to dinner. We ate on the restaurant on the resort, so he could eat with his grandmother and all of that, right? Kid comes, man. If she was white, she'd be red as a beat. She had this look on her face. And I looked at her. I said, "What's wrong?" She said, "Keith." She said, "Hold on, just give me a second. Just give me a second, right?" So I'm sitting there, I'm concerned, you know. So she took a breath for a couple minutes and she said, "Hey," Keith pulled me to the side and he was talking about how much fun they had during the day and all this, and they had ran it because it was little girl nationals too, you know. So he said, he tells me he lost his virginity, Keith. And she said, she looked at me, she said, "I can't believe it, my baby." And I started laughing. She said, "What you laughing for? Didn't I just say to you that he's gonna say some stuff to you that you won't be able to handle?" You know what I'm saying? Like, I could not imagine you gentlemen, the
Mhm.
position that you, ooh wee, ooh
Yeah,
wee,
I happen to get that conversation too. Like,
ooh
Man,
wee.
bro,
am I
I'm
supposed to be in
telling you,
here?
man. I don't know if I was shocked. I think I was appreciated. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
I
appreciated
felt,
it.
yeah, I was like, yeah, okay, now that bond is there.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing
Now I
about it.
could be that real safe father who can communicate and say, okay, now I can show you how to dodge this bullshit.
Hmm. Because it
You know what I'm
Gotcha.
says
saying?
so
Because it
much
was
to bring
because it
up.
was brought to you. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It was like, oh shit,
I ain't gonna
Mm,
ask him.
okay, right.
Hmm.
Oh shit, okay, now we I did my job, man. How did it feel, Dre? Was you appreciative, bro?
Oh, I was very appreciative. I didn't even, it was because now, like you said, now we can work for something. Like, if I don't know, I
Yep.
can't assist at all. But at first, I'm sitting there like, hold on, am I supposed to leave the room? You sure you want me here? This conversation sounds like it's going somewhere. I don't know if I need to be going.
Hey,
Now you need to
hey,
stay. You need
hey,
to stay. You
Dre,
need
did
to
they
stay
hey
too.
did they hit you with why you looking that way?
Mhm. But me, I'm poker face. Like, so once she started saying it, I was good. But in my mind, I'm like, what the fuck? Let me get out of here. But I'm sitting there like, all right,
hey,
all right, all right. So how you feel about
Hey,
that?
I know I had to man up like a motherfucker. I was like, okay,
Hmm.
okay.
On
Tell
the
me how you
inside,
felt about that.
I'm gonna cry when I get in the car. I'm gonna cry when I get in
Hey,
the car.
hey, did you do your homework, man? After you got the information, did your homework?
Know
oh
what I did
shit.
when? Know what I did when she said that to me? I will shut. There will be no more club. I was fronting like a motherfucker. I was fronting like a motherfucker. Boy. I was sitting there like
Oh, hey, start,
scared
hey,
as hell inside, calm as
Yeah,
hell outside.
yeah.
start treating the motherfucker different.
Hmm. But
All
then
right, how
this
you
was
doing, young
everything.
man?
Hmm. Yep, exactly. I remember the young boy.
Jaquar,
All
She
that.
brought the young boy
yeah,
to the crib. I'm sorry, real quick. She brought the young boy to the crib back there. He said, like, "What up, OG?" I was like, "What the fuck, this nigga?"
No, man. No, we
What the
ain't
fuck,
doing that.
no
what you,
sir.
my man? Where you think you at?
Yeah,
We ain't
yeah,
doing that.
You ain't doing that. Where
yeah,
you at? Where you think you at?
yeah.
Oh, my fault, OG. What the fuck, nigga?
I'm gonna tell you, and it just
Hey,
sometimes it's our
I ain't gonna push you in your arms,
we
motherfucker, but I will
supposed to.
beat your ass.
I'm gonna tell you the funny thing about it is just kids coming to your house, friends of your children. It's still our duty to show them how to be around people. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? How to enter somebody's house. Don't sit down until you're invited to sit down. You know what I mean? Don't stand around until and just that constructive. Jaquari, have you ever been in that situation before?
Yeah, plenty times, man. But it was usually situations where I would be, you know, just in the vicinity and overhear some things. I mean, rarely did my daughter come to me like, this is the situation and all that. But I didn't necessarily advertise that I was open to anything like that. But
Got
at
you.
that time, I had made a decision that, in the governance of this young person, I need to understand that, at 15, 16, 17, her motivations is the same motivations that I had, and being
Got
out
Mhm.
there and partying, and
Absolutely.
interacting with people, and all that. So for me to, put certain ironclad restrictions on her, I wasn't willing to do that.
Hmm.
But I
So
mean,
go ahead,
conversation.
boy.
Yeah, those conversations was a bitch. It was a bitch,
Hmm.
But I found myself, after I'd gone through that emotional roller coaster that you guys did, man, I found myself being quite proud because I can
Hmm.
handle it, and
Right.
not necessarily was in a position to provide a solution if there was one needed, but I could sit there and hear this important person out,
Yeah,
with little to no judgment. That was
got
important. Not being, not sitting up on a pedestal and like, what you thinking about? But just understanding
Hey,
that,
here's what's crazy. If it was a son in that position, we'd be like, "Hey, man, make sure you're safe."
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Daughters is a whole different conversation, bro.
Yeah, because it's totally different. It's totally different. But it's funny, it is so
for me,
different these days, right? So I'm sitting there now and like they outside, right? And I can just hear they like listen to a show, but it sounds like, like a wild show. But you live in a community,
you.
so just I'm sitting, I keep looking back like somebody fighting outside.
Mm.
I can imagine what my neighbors saying. Somebody fighting outside, but they be younger, you know what I mean? They don't recognize.
Yeah,
It,
yeah,
and what's crazy, man, is that you have to present an awareness to sons and daughters. And they got
Hmm.
phones every damn where and shit. People set you up. You know what I'm saying? You got to make
Yeah, it's a
sure.
different time.
talk
Yeah, you
about
got to make sure. You know what I'm saying? That you have an awareness of yourself. You know.
who said it earlier. Was it one of us who said? I know it wasn't me. You learn from preaching to teaching.
That's a different. Yeah, that's the key, right? That,
You know what I
I
mean?
remember hearing it, but it's the key. That is important.
I don't know if I saw it on social media or not, but yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
from a preaching moment to a teaching moment.
yeah.
Mhm.
So
Like
last,
one
go ahead,
good
Jay.
one. This little the supervisor used to have. When he's teaching people working out in our work, right? And I don't know if this applies in the home as much. It probably to some extent does, but at work, he just say to the staff members coming in that work with the kids. And I always use it to tell him, give him his props for saying it. But he said we looking for coaches, not referees, right? We looking for coaches, not referees, right? And that's the distinction, right? And that's what see my son was looking at me as a referee because
Gotcha.
you only
Yeah.
was calling out when I wasn't right.
Blowing, blowing
Yeah,
that whistle. I
so
get.
when something wasn't right,
Yeah.
right, to point out
Yeah.
something that wasn't right, you ain't doing enough coaching. You're not doing enough coaching, as far as I'm concerned, right? And that's what that relationship builds when it's coaching. So that's preaching to teaching, right? If you took preaching and that, like you're preaching something to me in that context, yeah, it's totally that evolution where you learn how to teach versus preaching.
That's right.
Hey, our old man told me when my freshman year in college. He said, "Hey, man," I called him with a problem, and he listened. He swear, "Hey, son, I'm sorry, going through that shit, man. Well, what you gonna do, man? What's your decision?" Man, I called you, man, for your opinion. He said, "Man, I raised you, man. You grew up in my house, man. I showed you everything I knew. I didn't hold anything back. You're a man now. Make a decision.
No doubt.
Decide." You know what I'm saying? I didn't
Mhm.
teach you anything outside of yourself.
Like I said, I taught you everything. I ain't hold nothing back. So you make a
Yeah.
decision.
I ain't teach you anything outside of yourself. Make a decision and then live with it.
Most
Um.
importantly,
You know what I'm
most
saying?
importantly.
Last question of the day, man. Real quick, and it kind of like encapsulates everything that we talked about today. When it's talking about, in your opinion, your personal history. when it comes to you as an individual, you as a father, leading your household and everything, right? Even at work. Do you remember history honestly or emotionally? Do you remember history honestly or emotionally? Now, I picked this real quick because going through a lot of stuff that I went through in my lifetime, I've been having a lot of highs, middles, and lows, right? But it's a bunch, right? When I found myself sitting, when I was younger, I found myself sitting around reflecting on my path. It was emotional. It was emotional to me because when you're maturing and you hadn't got quite there, you're wishing that you had the success that you had when you was a youngin', or you wish you had do-overs. You feel what I'm saying? Now, it wasn't a lot for me, but it was crucial moments in my life I wish I had do-over. Small things to large things, right? But as I got older, I started remembering them honestly, and I started to serve my family better because I didn't sit around being emotional about what I gained and what I didn't gain. So that's my spill on that. Whoever's ready to speak, go ahead and speak.
Sometimes, man, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I still like. That's a hard question, man, because I remember I remember shit emotionally. I do, and I do everything I can, especially in times of conflict, man. I do everything I can to be in that moment and focus there. So I hear what's being said to me, and I try to be surgical with my responses when necessary. But sometimes it's not always possible.
Mm.
But
I don't think it's a right or wrong answer, but go ahead.
yeah. But over the years, man, I've had to divest, my interest in in regards to my job and shit. I've had to divest a lot of interest in what my young people was going through because I wasn't the one sucking the consequences.
Gotcha.
And that actually bleeds over into from my house into my job. Uh, I understand that my wife is a very complex person, and a lot of times people can't take her directness. People can't take uh, people can't take her opinion. You know what I mean? And hell, a lot of times, I couldn't take it.
Yeah.
But this is the person I chose to spend my life with. So and I'm not saying so. Well, yeah, I'm just gonna take the good with the bad. No, I mean because I got a boatload of shit with me that she puts up with. I know.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
as hard as I try not to lead with emotion, sometimes I can't help.
It's real. That's real. Damon, Dre.
Well, I would say if I'm on my own mind thinking about something in the past or my history and the history like that, I might be more honest about it, right? In that moment, I might be honest about it. Like, oh, maybe this was this or that. So I might be more honest about it. But sometimes in the midst of a conversation and the history is being brought up, maybe in the context is being brought up, how it's being brought up, or the perception of the person thought about that history, I might be more emotional about it. If that makes any sense.
Gotcha.
Like you bring it up, I'm like, oh, but no, that wasn't how it was. I didn't think that way. And then they saw it the way they saw it from their perspective. You see it from your perspective, then I might be more emotional with that history. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But if I'm in my mind thinking of a different type stuff, I'm usually more honest with like as much as I can be. Like, oh yeah, certain things. And that's one thing is like, if I just say sports, for instance, right? I get older, right? So I'm far from just, I don't even know if I was ever fast. I don't even know if I could ever jump. I don't even know if I was ever really strong, right? I really don't know, right? And as you get further away from me, like, I was like, so I might have, back when I was young, you couldn't tell me I wasn't great. It could be great if I wanted to be great. But now I was like, maybe you wasn't even good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because you didn't do nothing,
I
you
get
didn't
it.
do nothing with it. So that's the honesty with it. Like, maybe you weren't even that good. Like, because it's not to prove that you was.
Yeah. Yeah. Damon.
And I think that's the key point, man, is if you divested in it, man. You know what I'm saying? If it hits you a certain way, I mean, there's a fine line. There has to be a balance to it. But if I'm emotionally invested and it means something to me, then there's lessons to be learned, wisdom to be gained from it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I think if it's involving somebody else, then you could be passionate about it because of your experience, but understand where they're coming from and questions that they're asking too.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've been through that, and I felt this way about it. I mean, who is that helping? So
I get it.
Yeah.
I get
you
it.
can express yourself and heal at the same time. Especially if you gain wisdom from it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I feel that's why I feel there's no right or wrong answer to it,
No,
man.
this is a life thing. Like one thing I think with men, it's a fine line, and it's something about being able to balance that ego, right? That
Mm.
ego has such a major, large impact. Like sometimes, like, did you do something because you felt like you did you had to do something, or you did something because you felt that you had to do something? I don't know if I'm articulating that right. Did you respond because you felt a way about it, or you respond because you felt people felt you had to respond to it?
I see. I see.
You know what I mean? So a lot of that, the ego is good because it can get you in a situation too where you push the limits to things, right? If you depend on ego, but it can be very harmful in a lot of kind of ways because it can have you really, really not doing responding based on what you think others think about you
Got it.
versus what you really think about it.
I see.
That
I
makes
see.
sense.
Yeah,
Like the kids are
I like
spinning the block. I'm spinning the block because I'm told I'm supposed to spin the block versus that I really feel like I should spin the block.
I see.
Hey, Dre, I like to ask dudes, is this for you or the audience?
What's that?
I like to ask dudes, is this for you or the audience?
Exactly.
Yeah, 'cause, I mean, if you
That's
just
it
want to
right
entertain,
there.
you just want to entertain somebody, I put some music on and you dance, bro.
You dance, right? Might not get you
Right now,
20 years.
you digging a hole right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You digging a you digging a hole, and you're working against yourself, man, for real.
Like I be telling people my job, like people have these things, right? You set in your mind. Kid better not spit on me. A kid better not hit me. And I was like, the more you tell yourself that, the more you're gonna feel you have to respond the same way if it happens.
Yeah.
And I'm saying I'm hoping the kid spit on me, I walk away and let somebody else handle it. I'm hoping the kid punch me, I walk away. I'm hoping that's the case, right? Because really at the end of the day, like I don't wanna I don't you
No
know what I
doubt.
mean?
No doubt.
I don't want none of it. But my
When I was on the
ego will tell
job,
me.
my first reflex was my first reflex. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And it was always a strong response. But what I did afterwards was the key. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's what it is. I saw this guy, this police officer, woman it was a white woman, but she was handcuffed on the ground, and there was four of them around him trying to, subdue her, and she spit in the officer's face, and he was a sergeant at the time, and he just started a boot, and it's on everybody's chest cam, right?
Mm-hmm.
Boop boop, boop boop, boop boop. But see, this officer with give him context was a live wire. He would do dumb stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? And he was getting away with it. But the karma police always
Mm-hmm.
catch up to your ass. That's
Yeah,
some real
sure
shit.
will. Gangster
Some
wood.
real shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, last words of the day, guys.
Hey,
Let's start.
so somebody spit on me. It depends on where they spit. If they
Yeah.
No,
spit in my
brother.
goddamn face,
Yeah. Mhm.
Listen,
And it's how they spit, right?
it's
Somebody
my
just walk up to you and hog spit in your face, like, yo. But as long as you feel it, though, that's my thing. More so,
speak-
I'm doing it because I'm like, how dare
it's,
you think how bad?
and,
Whatever I
and
feel in that moment.
with me, it's the first response,
Mm-hmm.
but then what I do after that. You see what I'm saying? Because I've had somebody try to spit on me, and I reached to grab the back of their head and hit their mouth. Bow! Don't spit on me.
Mm-hmm.
Now I accomplished a couple things. I didn't punch him in the mouth,
Mm-hmm.
but I pumped mother. Boom!
Mm-hmm.
He said, "You didn't have to do that."
You
Well,
give
you
him a
ain't have
spit
to try to
guard.
spit on me. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
give him a
saying?
spit guard.
You know? Yes, sir. Put
I
it put
imagine.
around his head. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? That's it. Spit all you want now. You know?
Hey, I imagine somebody spit in my face. My boys around me telling me, "Not strong. That's a woman."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my
And I'm
job.
like this.
That shit
And
might
this
happen
shit
every
leaking
day at
from
my
my
job.
the corner of my mouth.
Yeah, man, that's
Oh,
happened at
it's gonna
my.
be a problem, bro.
That probably happened at my job like every day. A kid spit on the staff,
Nah, man.
yeah.
one way or
Mm-mm.
another. One way or
Yeah.
another.
All right. Well, look. Last words of the day, gentlemen. Dre, we'll let you go first because you are our distinguished guest, and you did a great job. So we'll give you the privilege to go first. Last words of the day.
No, man, that's what today. I'm just saying, man. Change the algorithm, right? Try to like we was talking today. Smell the flowers, make the connections. Try to see the positive in things. Be patient. Don't always kind of look for the negative type stuff, right? And I ain't telling nobody how to be. I'm just saying how I like try to be, right? I try to, in a nutshell, dwell on the positive and just deal with the negative. It's a lot of bullshit they try to throw at us every day, everywhere you turn. There's a lot of stuff from anything. Right? I went to the gas tank again. Went to the gas tank, had some crazy shit. Like, I gotta
Yeah.
find a way to navigate through all the madness, right? And they always throwing fear and all these other things at us. I just say, the new flex is love, unity, being together. That's the new flex right now, and cherishing
Oh,
the
yeah.
time. The flex is not materials no more. The materials they doing us dirty with the materials, making us pay exorbitant prices and all these things, and really just trying to take advantage to the level they never done before. So at the end of the day, it's more valuable. This conversation right here is more valuable
It is.
than something else. And we ain't cause nothing, right? So there's a lot of things we can do for free,
That's real.
and get a lot out of it. So
That's real. Damon, last words of the day, brother.
My last words of the day, man, is that I enjoy or the innocence of my grandbaby. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy the innocence of it
how old
because
is she?
that allows, she's 4.
Mm.
That allows me, Dre, we was riding down the street, man. And on your radio, the song that's playing, the words go by it, right? For like 2 weeks, she reading the shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
The name of the songs and all that. And I didn't pay attention to it for like 2 weeks until one day we got in and D.L. Hughley was talking. She said, "I don't want to hear the words. I want to see the music so I can read." I was like, "Is that what you've been
You're
doing and
doing
shit?"
right. Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, I got to see this. So I didn't even pull out the driveway. I put the song in with a long ass title.
Mm.
And she read that shit.
Mhm.
And I said, I'm going to do everything in my soul and capabilities to make sure I experience all these different things. All the new things that she's discovering and all that. I'm going to do whatever it takes for me to discover and experience that. You know what I'm saying? And share that time with her, man. So I say that to say, we as black people, we are beautiful people, man. And
That's real.
the The world do not express that. They only express falsehoods and negativity and all that bullshit. But our babies, they're telling us who we really are. The angels. And it sparks. I'm 60 years old. That sparked something in me that gave me inspiration to say, you know what, I need to take better care of myself so I can be
Yeah,
around.
that's it. Hello, how about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
That's
You know what I'm
fact.
saying?
And you know what's so funny? That I'll let you go in a second, Jaquan. When you was talking about your grandbaby reading across the screen, and you said, "I discovered something one day." I thought you probably heard her say, "Big Booty Band is doing the dump."
Better have
You know,
my
I'm
money.
old school.
That don't count.
You
All I
know,
want for my birthday is a.
no, we talking about footsteps in the dark. We talking about Bill Withers, all the old school shit. That's
Yeah,
what she
yeah,
liked. She liked
yeah,
that.
yeah.
You
He
know,
like big butts and I cannot lie.
Yeah. My sons, they love it. They love it too. You know what I mean? Jaquari, last words of the day, my man.
Gentlemen, I thoroughly enjoyed this evening's conversation. I look forward to the next. And great, brother.
Yes, sir.
Anytime you feel like, you want to come on and express yourself, you're more than welcome.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you.
I
Always,
agree.
I appreciate
always.
y'all. I appreciate y'all and all y'all do and all y'all been doing.
Listen, this is Strong Perspective Podcast. We're here every Friday at 7:30. Please go to our YouTube channel, boost us up into our algorithm, like, share, and subscribe. Check out our shorts. Look, this is a movement, the kind of movement that's gonna stick. But I definitely enjoyed the conversation, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate you.
This is Strong Perspective Podcast. We'll see you next week. Peace.